Swadika, and thank you for joining us on Newsline. We are broadcasting live on NBT, Radio Thailand FM 88, and on NBT World. It's Tuesday, February the 3rd of 2015, and you're with me, Tra Thirakosan. More and more people from all over Thailand continue to travel to Sirat Hospital to sign their well-wishing messages for His Majesty the King. People from all walks of life, as well as groups of representatives from various state and private agencies, have brought flowers and presents to Sirat Hospital in Bangkok, where His Majesty the King has been staying and receiving medical attention. Well-wishers have signed the books for His Majesty the King, have traveled from across the country, including the Civil Boy Scout group from northeastern Nakhon Phanom province, a team of school administrators from Rayong province on the eastern seaboard, and members of a community from the Thonburi area in Bangkok. And welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha chaired the year's first assembly meeting on rice policy and management in Nakhon Ratchasima province as the government aims to boost the country's agricultural economy and quality of rice production. In his speech addressed to the Assembly, which was also attended by Commerce Minister General Chachai Sari Kanya and Interior Minister General Anupong Pauchinda, the Prime Minister noted that the obstacles rice farmers faced were influenced by both the domestic and the global factors, given neighboring countries were also facing similar difficulties. In order for Thailand to gain the competitive edge in the global market, rice should be planted selectively in suitable soil in order to get yields. Rice farmers planting in soil unsuitable for it were encouraged to plant other crops instead. He informed the farmers of the government's short and long-term assistance measures, assigning relevant ministries to quickly sort out the database of farmers in order to expedite the disbursement of assistance funds. The database of the farmers is done to adequately map out agricultural demographics in order to adequately administer specific assistance measures. The task is expected to be completed by April of this year. The Prime Minister and the Chief of the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO, is scheduled to make an official visit to Japan from February the 8th until the 10th to promote investment in Thailand. Deputy Prime Minister and Defense Minister General Prawit Wongsuwan said that General Prayut Chan-o-cha, the Prime Minister, and the NCPO chief will travel to Japan to discuss economic and investment issues, which include the development of Thailand's infrastructure and the Special Economic Zone project. One important agenda during the Prime Minister's visit will be the signing of a memorandum of intent between Thailand and Japan. He added that more Japanese investors have expressed interest in making investment in Thailand lately, especially after the Board of Investment of Thailand has adjusted its investment promotion policy. The DPM went on to say that Japan now has better understanding about the situation in Thailand and is ready to invest more in the country. Finance Minister Somai Pasi has reported that January's negative inflation rate has not yet affected the overall economy, saying that the negative inflation rate was caused by lower commodity and oil prices. The minister said the negative inflation rate would not lead to a deflation, and explained that it was caused by the government's measures to bring down high commodity prices and global oil price, which has significantly decreased. The negative inflation in January of 2015 was short-term and impermanent. The Ministry of Finance is urgently finding measures to help farmers and low-income people and will submit them to the Cabinet for consideration late this month. Mr. Somai confirmed the measures would not be populist. A total of 755 beggars have registered with authorities following the government's efforts to regulate them, Social Development and Human Security Police General Adun Sangsingyao said on Monday. Most of the panhandlers are in Bangkok, while others are in Thonburi, Nakhon Ratchasima, Chiang Rai, and Nakhon Sawan. 560 of them are Thai nationals. The rest are migrants. Meanwhile, beggars with children must prove they are related. Police General Adun said his ministry and relevant agencies launched a nationwide crackdown on beggars between January 26th and 30th. The ministry has screened those who violated the Beggar Control Act 1941 and dealt with human trafficking complaints. Beggars who have registered will be informed about the rule and regulations. The Royal Thai Police has admitted that it was still unclear which group was behind the bombings in front of Siam Paragon department store. Investigators are checking footage from all CCTVs installed in the area. Spokesman of the Royal Thai Police, Police Lieutenant General Prawut Thawan Siri, said officers had not yet ruled out any motive, whether it was a political issue, panic creation, or conflict. The explosives used were low-pressure pipe bombs, which did not cause severe damage, according to the spokesman. Officers therefore concluded the bombers only wanted to create panic rather than taking lives. The spokesman added that officers had stayed vigilant since New Year and they would cooperate with the private sector in providing security. The National Police Chief had instructed police officers to conduct surveillance in all areas, especially those with a large number of people, such as BTS SkyTrain stations, piers, and department stores. Officers from the Office of Forensic Science have already inspected the explosion site to collect evidence. Both the department store and BTS SkyTrain are operating as usual. The Deputy Prime Minister in charge of economics is confident that the recent blasts in front of a high-end shopping area in Bangkok will not hurt investment confidence. Deputy Prime Minister Mom Ratchawong Pridiyathorn Tewakul said that the explosions which took place in front of Siam Paragon shopping mall on Sunday night will not have a negative impact on the investment atmosphere in the country. He is confident that Thailand's economy will expand satisfactorily this year when a number of the government's infrastructure development projects will be implemented, and the private sector is anxiously waiting to make their own investment as well. He added that during the past 7 months, around 4,000 applications for permits for factory operations have been submitted to the government for approval. The Bank of Thailand has been handling the foreign exchange policy very well, as the baht barely moved even after capital inflow drove the Stock Exchange of Thailand index up by 100 points recently. The National Reform Council, or NRC, has voted to send the draft bill on the Independent Organization for Consumer Protection back to the committee, as many of the NRC members agreed that the bill lacked clarity in its stipulations on the duties and responsibilities of the organizations. The Council voted 145 against 72 with 7 abstentions to have the NRC Committee on Consumer Protection Reform amend the bill before sending it back to a vote. The committee will have 30 days to review the bill. The bill on the Independent Organization for Consumer Protection is meant to establish an agency that supports the work of consumer protection and to serve as a channel between the government and the private sector in enhancing product quality and competitiveness in the domestic and global markets. Many NRC members propose that the bill will be amended in connection with the duties and responsibilities of the new agency, as its functions may duplicate with the current Consumer Protection Agency. In addition, the bill should clearly state whether the new agency would operate as a private or as a government organization. The Constitution Drafting Committee, or CDC, is confident that the first draft of the new charter will be finished in April as scheduled. According to the second deputy chairman of the CDC, Manit Sukhsomjit, the drafting of the permanent constitution during the past month has been according to the roadmap. He voiced his strong belief that the first draft of the charter will be completed by April 17th. On April 26, it will be forwarded to the National Reform Council, or NRC, who will amend the draft according to the suggestions and opinions heeded from cabinet ministers and the National Council for Peace and Order. He also made known that the drafting at this initial stage is based on the suggestions and opinions heeded from the NRC, the legislators, politicians, and the public. The Secretariat of the House of Representatives has launched a special project to celebrate Her Royal Highness Princess Maha Chakri Sirinthorn's 60th birthday anniversary this year. A blood donation project organized by the Secretariat of the House of Representatives was opened on Monday at Parliament Building 1 and was joined by government officials, military officers, and students. Secretary General of the House of Representatives, Jare Panprung, said that the project has also been initiated because Her Royal Highness Princess Maha Chakri Sirinthorn has been the Executive Vice President of the Thai Red Cross Society since 1977. Mr. Jare said that in addition to honoring Her Royal Highness and commemorating Her Royal Highness's 60th birthday anniversary on April 2nd of this year, the blood supply from donation is hoped to be of much use in helping those in need. More than 200 donors are expected to take part in the campaign. Department of Public Relations Department Director General Aphinan Chantarangsi yesterday handed out his policies to officials in Surat Thani province with an emphasis on creating understanding among the residents while upholding the government's visions and missions. The Public Relations Director General, Kun Aphinan Chantarangsi, the current department's public relations said that the current department's public relations plan focuses on the Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha's stance of building unity between the government and the public. Attending the meeting yesterday were provincial's public relations officials and employees from Surat Thani and Songkhla provinces. Later on in the day, the Director General visited the Surat Thani radio the Highland officials and the province's TV station crew, during which he said they should present the information in accordance with the government's policies while creating good impression for all governmental units and giving accurate information to the public. The National Research Council of Thailand, or NRCT, opened the Inventors' Day exhibition at Impact Arena today in honor of His Majesty the King, a renowned and talented inventor. NRCT Secretary General Dr. Suthiporn Jitmitraphap said the exhibition serves as a platform for students and individual inventors to exhibit their inventions. Visitors will get to see the royal family's achievements displayed inside the exhibition, as well as more than 600 other Thai inventions with clever capabilities, such as those that help save energy, preserve the environment, and handle natural disasters, among many others. The event also features over 100 award-winning inventions from around the world. Seminars will be held late in the day on various topics, including how to adapt the inventions for different market segments, as well as how to increase their value. Visitors are advised not to miss seeing the development of a smartphone that can help forensic scientists solve crimes or verify the authenticity of jewelry, and how robots can assist people with disabilities or the elderly, as well as building homes. The exhibition is open from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. daily until February 5th at Impact Arena, Muang Thong Thani. And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. Before we take a quick break, let's take a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
Maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The 12 core values: putting the public and national interests before one's own.
NBT World, a 24-hour English language television service operated by the National News Bureau of Thailand, or NNT. Is designed to bring the most reliable information about Thailand to the international community. NBT World is available on various platforms, including via C-band set-top boxes, GMMZ Channel 202, PSI Channel 272, and a live stream on thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. You can also follow us on facebook.com/NNT News or download the PRD News EN application on your smartphones. NBT World, a vision of Thailand.
How could you do that to me? Stop it! Huh? Don't you get it? I don't need you anymore. Enough! We're through. There's someone else in my life.
Say no to the past. Bring your own bag. Say no to plastic.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. Indonesian officials yesterday announced that 2 Australian citizens are next in line to be executed for drug offenses in Indonesia in a move likely to strain ties between the two neighbors. Miran Sukumaran and Andrew Chan are among 8 prisoners due to be executed after President Joko Widodo rejected their clemency pleas last month, in the latest of a string of death sentences for drug offenders, including foreigners. It was not immediately clear when the executions would take place. Others on death row include citizens of Brazil, France, Ghana, Indonesia, Nigeria, and the Philippines. Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott has sought clemency for the 2 members of the so-called Bali Nine who were arrested at Bali's Denpasar airport in 2005 for attempting to smuggle 8 kilograms of heroin to Australia. Australian Foreign Minister Julie Bishop said last month she would not rule out recalling the country's envoy if the executions were to go ahead. Elsewhere in the world, a car bomb went off near a stadium in the northeastern Nigerian city of Gombe yesterday, a few minutes after President Goodluck Jonathan left a party rally there, killing 1 person and wounding 18. A witness said the bomb exploded about 200 meters from the stadium, engulfing the car in flames while residents fled in panic. A hospital source said 1 body had been brought in and 18 people were being treated for wounds, some of them serious. There was no immediate claim of responsibility, although suspicion is likely to fall on Islamist militant group Boko Haram, which has attacked Gombe several times. On Sunday, a suicide bombing near a mosque in the market area there killed 5 people and wounded 8. Nigeria is due to hold a presidential election February 14, pitting the ruling People's Democratic Party's Jonathan against former military ruler Muhammadu Buhari for the opposition All Progressives Congress. According to the U.S. Defense Ministry, a series of airstrikes conducted near Iraq's Mosul hit a vehicle and a compound yesterday in its bid to suppress the Islamic State forces. In a video handed out by the Iraqi Defense Ministry, thick smoke was seen after a car driving on a road was hit by an airstrike. In another clip, a compound was hit by another airstrike. The Defense Ministry said the 2 were Islamic State targets in the town of Qasak, 60 kilometers northwest of Mosul, adding that the compound was an IS fighting position. The strikes were conducted as part of an Operation Inherent Resolve, the operation to eliminate IS in Iraq and Syria. Yesterday, Combined Joint Task Force said in a statement that the United States and its allies staged 27 airstrikes on Islamic State forces in Iraq and Syria in a 24-hour period. 9 of the strikes were concentrated near Kobani, Syria, where Islamic State militants were reported, withdrawing after advances by Kurdish and Arab forces and hit tactical units, staging areas, and a vehicle. Tens of thousands of people lined the streets of Sri Lanka's capital, Colombo, yesterday to watch an annual Buddhist pageant where hundreds of drummers and dancers escorted brightly decorated elephants. The pageant, which starts from the Gangaramaya Buddhist Temple, one of the prominent religious places in the capital for this Indian Ocean Island's majority Buddhist community, has been held annually for nearly 4 decades. The highlight is a casket carried by a tusker, which Buddhists believe contained a relic of Buddha. Thousands of people, including thousands of foreign tourists, lined the streets of the capital hours before the pageant started. Thousands of dancers, drummers, and torchbearers, accompanied by dozens of colorfully lit up elephants, paraded the 3.5 kilometers route. The elephants swayed to the beat of the drums as Buddhist priests, men and women, stayed transfixed for nearly 3 hours. And that's it for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook. Just simply type in NNT or check out our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. We're going to say goodbye with footage of Hogwarts, which is the e-school in China. I'm Tra Thirakosan. Have a wonderful day. สวัสดีค่ะ